Hi guys. Hey, happy Sunday to you. It is Linda Anderson here from Linda Lou Creates, and thanks for joining me. I am going to let you know one thing. I'm a little slap happy tonight, because we did an online event. I did it with my upline and my downline, and it was all day. So I'm a little tired, a little crazy, but I wanted to be sure, since I skipped out last week, to share some things with you tonight. So I am sharing the By the Bay suite. Actually, it's the bundle, the Seaside Bay. So it's the stamp set, the dies, gorgeous. I am a big nautical beach fan, so this was perfect for me. So this DSP, love the colors that there are on there. So I wanted to just share some quick and easy cards because I knew I was going to be a little tired tonight. So here we go. Let's start with this one. So the card base, whoops, hang on, there we go. The card base, thick basic white. It is 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I have not finished the inside yet of these cards, so oh well. I do have, though, a piece of Night of Navy, and it measures 4 3/4 by 3 5/8. That means then that this Sahara sand is 4 5/8 and 3.5. So just a 1/8 of an inch difference there. So, well, it certainly doesn't look that way, does it? It looks like I am losing it. I tell you what, guys, I'm going to have to cut a new piece of the navy because that will not do. So I told you, we just had a blast. So it was all kinds of spring themed cards that we created. So yeah, it was great. I really enjoyed myself, and if anyone on here was there too, let me know what you thought. So it was a springtime stamping event that we held, and yeah, there were 6 sessions of it all, so lots of stuff was happening. So I now think I have the correct piece of navy cut. So sorry about that. And I do. Okay. Back to the beginning again here. So I really am not prepared, am I? So I also have 3 strips of the designer series paper. It's called By the Bay. Each strip measures 3 1/4 by 1 3/8. Okay, and it's just going to go straight across here, these 2 on the ends, and then this one in the middle. So I love the blues, the greens. So let's go ahead and get this put down as soon as I can find my glue. Now this paper is specialty paper. It has some like a pearl essence kind of look to it. There's also gold in it as well. So not on the pieces that I have, but it is pretty sweet looking paper. So again, a big recommendation there. So here, you might be able to see more of that pearly look here. So I like, when I'm putting strips like this down, I like to do the ends, and then I will fill in the middle. So what has everyone been doing tonight? I was told we were crazy for having our event today. Like I said, it was an all-day event because of the football games that were going on. So I'm like, yeah, well, I think we still did okay with it. All right, I'm going to adhere this down to the navy. Now the navy has been cut correctly. And then this will go down to the card base. So let me pull that back in and let's get this on. So like I said, I just needed a couple simple cards for tonight because I knew it was going to be a long day. So that is what we've got. And I've only got 2 of them. I was aiming to have 3 or 4 and that just did not happen. So, all right, now for my sentiment. Let me show you real quick since I don't have anything prepared, but I did want to share with you the how I created that image. So I just have just a scrap piece of white. Let me get a block here real quick. I have the crab on here. So Sahara sand. And it's the stamping off technique, the 2nd generation technique. Lots of different ways of calling it, but what you're going to do is on a piece of scrap paper, stamp without re-inking. You know what? I'm going to re-ink and do this again because I didn't like the way I did it at first. Okay. And now I will come in here and stamp the crab. Much lighter, perfect for then coming in and stamping in Night of Navy, your sentiment right over top of it. That's exactly what I did here, and cut it out then with one of the Stylish Shapes dies. Got a mint macaron layer going on here with the scalloped circle, and now I have dimensionals on the back. Of course I do, right? So on this will go a nice little thank you card. And here we go. I did put one embellishment, and this is part of that suite, flat adhesive backed pearls. So I'm all for things that are flat and easier to go out in the mail. So these were definitely a must-have for me as well. So let me grab one. And just like pearls themselves, no 2 are the same. And there we go. That's it. I probably could put more embellishments on, but today it ain't happening. So card number 1 is done. Let's go on to card number 2. Let me just kind of move things around here so I'm not. So card number 2, again, I used the designer series paper, and I cut that out at 4 by 5 1/4. This screamed beach to me, this beautiful sky, the water here. Yeah, this was all beach for me. So I'm going to go ahead, put this down onto a top folding card base of basic white, the thick, 11 by 4 1/4. That score line's at 5 1/2. So let's go ahead and get this down. Let me just show you the back side here, and you can see all that pearly goodness then. So here we go. And so this will just, whoops, upside down, huh? So I see this as the water. So here, so I wanted to be sure that that's down at the bottom. Okay. Now let me just set this off to the side for a moment. Now I have a piece here. I don't know if it's the exact same size. Oh, it is. So just to show you what I did in regards to the stamping of the shells in the sand. So once again, I am unprepared. So let me get this on a block. This again is Sahara sand. So let me bring back my scrap paper. Okay. And my Sahara sand. So, to be honest with you, I don't know which way is up and down for this image. So I figured I might as well do it for both. So I wanted to put it down near the bottom. Okay, going that direction. I'm going to re-ink it. And this time, because I don't know and can't confirm either way, I'm going to turn it this way because I feel like shells just randomly land in the sand. So that's why I'm okay with it being turned this way. And just such a small amount of that shell shows. So yeah, it's not, I just feel like I like the different directions of it all. So that's what I did for the bottom of it. All right. So that is actually now going to be adhered to the blue. So let me get this out of the way and get you the dimensions of all of this. So the white is 2 7/8 by 4 1/8. So you know that means then, because I like going with just 1/8 of an inch difference, that the blue, the Night of Navy, is 3 by 4 1/4. All right. I will have these out on my blog. Will it be tonight like I normally do? Hard to say. So I will do my best, but hard to say. So anyway, so let me get this put together. And then I want to show you the bird. Actually, let me get this put down to my card base. And then I'll show you the bird. We did a lot of coloring, shared a lot of projects that were colored with blends. I'd used a lot of the Stampin' Write markers on some of my projects. So I am done tonight with coloring. That is definitely not my thing. So whatever I can do to make it quick, I will do it. So the bird, here it is again. You see this pink that's in there? That's actually petal pink. And let me just show you what I did. So the bird I just stamped again in Sahara Sand. I have a petal pink ink pad, and you can either squeeze it to get a little bit of ink on the top, or I'll be honest with you, what I did, is I just used my blender pen and just dipped it right onto the pad itself. Now that portion is going to be really dark, so I want to just wipe a little bit of it off, and I'm just coming up here where these lines are from the stamp and adding some ink right there. One thing I have found with the blender pen is don't go over and over and over the same spot too much. The paper will pill. It's not very forgiving, to be honest with you. So I kind of like, okay, there it is. We've got it. How to clean a blender pen is just on some scrap paper, is just kind of color it on there, wipe it off, and you are now good to go with this. So that's what I did with my birds. I then die cut them out. All right. So let me set this off to the side and show you then, like I said, this is the one that I have die cut out. I put some dimensionals on the back. Petal pink cardstock, because I wanted to carry the petal pink color a little bit more on the card. So I used the cardstock, but this is then soft suede ink that I used to stamp the sentiment with. Let's get that card pulled back in then. So here we go. The bird, we gave him some sand to stand on. So let's do that. Okay. The sentiment, I do have some dimensionals on the back of this. Obviously, I banner cut the end as well. And I'm going to have it hang off ever so slightly off of the white layer. So let me just see that I have that on straight. Okay, I do. Now for the inside, I just had an extra piece of the paper whenever I cut this down, because this designer paper is 6 by 6. By doing it 5 1/4, I had that 3/4 of an inch strip here, and that's why I put it right there. All right. I still obviously need to get a sentiment in there. And I also want to get a few of my pearls in there. So let's get some of them here. The bigger ones, I'm always like, I like the smaller of the different embellishments, but every so often I do like to pop on one of the bigger pearls then, or embellishments then. So, all right. So there we go. There's those on, and that card now is complete once I figure out a sentiment to go on the inside. So let me bring the other one back in. And here they are. Quick. I know I needed to make it quick tonight. Like I said, I'm exhausted from today, but it's a happy exhausted. So anyway, these will be on my blog, lindaloucreates.com. If not tonight, tomorrow. I will also post pictures of these along with the link to my blog post once it gets done here on Facebook. So be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, go sit, watch some football, and root for your favorite team. All right, guys, have a good evening. Have a great week, too. Bye now.